Total Smith here. Make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Downtown Deuce ASAP. Come on, man.
Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Yeah, Detroit. Destination restoration. Yeah, it's our time. Can you feel the elevation? We on a mission on vacation. Time to create that separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for that confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination. Together all the time together. It's us against the world, it don't get no better. We turned it around, that was the beginning. Coming for the crown, you know we winning. Time to put in the work, I'm about to go berserk. Taking our prisoners, it's my time. Yeah, I know that it hurts. Say break out the church, you don't wanna see me in my prime. The mission is to ring, we're caught in everything. In the city, supporting the dream. Vision new I never seen, we deserve to be king. It's all or nothing, no in between. The clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Now the clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Feel the elevation. We on a mission on vacation. Time to create that separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for that confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination.
What up, though? Welcome back to another episode of the Deuce and Boss Show. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday night. Boss, how you feeling? Or Tuesday night? What's today? Tuesday? My day's getting mixed up.
It's Monday.
Today's Monday? I'm tripping.
Monday, my dude.
My days are running all the way together. Let's start that over. Hope you guys are having a great Monday night. How you feeling, boss?
Oh man, I feel good. I'm glad I was able to catch the game today. I work with kids and they were both napping. I wore them out at the playground though today. It was very calculated. So I got to catch the game, got to make it back in time for it here. See some of you guys. Sorry we're late, but the time. Yeah.
Hey, we're trying to prep for the show, man. A lot of stuff to get to in this game for sure. But we appreciate you guys being here. See y'all in the chat. See y'all calling us out. Kev man calling us out. Everybody calling us out. Hey, that's a good sign though. That just means that everybody is looking forward to these, which is a good thing. So we appreciate you guys being patient with us and allowing us to be able to set up. And y'all know the drill. If we miss your comment, repost it, caps lock, super chat, whatever you want to do to get our attention, go ahead and do that, and we will come to you. Now, in case you missed this game, guys, the Pistons fell to the Knicks this afternoon, 75-86, to drop to 1-2 overall in summer league play, and what was a very sloppy game on both sides for the Pistons, boss. And we're going to get into that for sure. The poll is live, guys. You guys go ahead and have it that. There is no who gets the belt. There is no player of the game, but it is an interesting one. It is what you guys think when it comes to Chaz Lanier. Do you think he will crack the rotation next season? Boss, early returns. What do you think the chat thinks so far? Yes or no?
I cheating a little bit because I've seen some of them already discuss this in the chat. It's hard. I think chat. It's hard because I think chat says no logistically wise, but as of right now, yes, in terms of what you want to see. Mm-hmm. But that's what I was looking forward to this game is I just wanted to see Chaz carry a consistent, 2 games in a row and 2 incredible games in a row. I think he has 49 points in 2 games between these past 2 games total. And then I just want to see what he does on Wednesday, I think is the next game. So if I can better answer that question Wednesday. So
for the first time that I can recall, it's split right down the middle, 50-50.
Ooh.
50-50. And I understand both sides as to why something maybe not and something maybe he actually can. So we'll get to that for sure. We'll let that poll ride and we'll come back to that later when we get to Chaz. Boss, let's get into some initial thoughts, man. What did you see? What stood out to you in this game particularly?
Well, I know you mentioned it was sloppy, but that's every summer league game. Like nothing
That's
looks good. Nothing's appealing. But I
Yeah.
thought that we came out with much better defensive rotations, honestly. Early on, at least, it looked like they had a much more grasp. And I think it's just those same starting five playing together for now 3 games in a row. It really does help with that. I felt like though, like things like the Knicks had tons of second chance opportunities, and I know that a lot of it was just crazy bounces, but it's like we never get those. So I don't know. We're always just there's some rebounds. Everyone had greasy fingers, I feel like, on our team today. It just felt like the Knicks were winning in that battle when it was a loose ball. But yeah, we came out each half pretty good on defense and then kind of lost it as it went on. And I thought that we were in it for a while. Just the Knicks 3-point shooting was on. If Brice was hitting like he was yesterday, if Ebuka got some of those to drop, if we had someone other than Chaz producing points for us, maybe we could have stayed in it. But the Knicks just kind of spread it out between a few guys today. It kind of felt like how we were yesterday. But yeah, I think I really was excited what I saw from Chaz. Ebuka, I always spell his name Ebuka because of the Buccaneers player. Who's on my fantasy team. But
it's funny.
I liked what he still is I liked what I saw, but he can't get not really an efficient shooting game again. But yeah, we'll get to him too there, and then so him and Chaz were who I really watched the most. And then of course Ugonna, and I feel like he had up and down moments. But yeah. But we'll talk about those. I have more individual notes for those guys, but we never really got out of once the Knicks went ahead by like 10, we just never really got out of that range.
Yeah.
So.
Shout out to Doug. What up, Doug? Doug says, just checking in, guys. Mama's getting better. Good news. Glad to hear that, bro, for sure. Keep us posted. We are happy to hear that, man. Glad to hear you're taking care of your mom and taking care of yourself as well, brother. Appreciate that, man. Glad to hear that. For me, boss, the Pistons, they just weren't locked in. They just weren't locked in today. I don't know if it was because they had a back-to-back yesterday or what. I know Roddy Gale didn't play because he had soreness. That was just reported.
I was so confused because when I saw them bring in Drake Allen into that starting lineup crew, or then Brice Williams again, I was like, Roddy should be in for one of these guys. Because that's what I said I wanted to see. I wanted to see him play with Ebuka and Chaz because those guys had good chemistry so far in this league. So that makes sense.
Roddy is 8 for 8 overall in summer league, and he's 4 for 4 from 3.
I
missed a shot. So I'm like, whoa,
that makes total sense. I was like, how is this man getting a DNP right now?
Exactly. So. Yeah. Aside from that, like the offense, he just wasn't there as a whole. Outside of Chaz on there, a little Ebuka here and there, but outside of that, they just weren't in sync. They just weren't locked in. Defensively, same thing. Just wasn't locked in like we've seen them. The defense has been better. I felt last game the defense was solid. Their transition defense tonight was not good at all. They gave away way too many run out layups, letting guys leap behind them, get easy layups, stuff like that. Can't happen. And I think you've talked about this before, but the Knicks, they came into, I think last game, they scored 49 points and they had 65 in their first game. And they had 86 today. So that should be indicative in itself of how the Pistons defense played.
That's true.
For the Knicks starters, boss scored in double figures. And the fifth had 9. So it was almost all 5, right? Okay. So it's definitely a lot of room for improvement.
I haven't even looked at box score yet.
But I do think that the back-to-back, that there was some fatigue there. But guys like Roddy sitting out because of soreness, I do think
that's true. Knicks weren't on a back-to-back, so
definitely it was sluggish. So that's all I have for this game. Not too focused on the win-loss column stuff, but looking at some individual guys. So if you have nothing further, boss, we can go ahead and go to that.
Let's do it.
Let's get into it. Let's start with our box scores for this game with Ebuka Okorie, guys. Ebuka Okorie finished this game with 14 points on 5 for 18. So second straight game, he hasn't shot the ball well. He shot 5 for 17, I think, last game, and 5 for 18 this game. So that's like 10 for 35 the last 2 games. Not good.
Yeah.
0 for 5 from 3. He had some good looks, just didn't fall. 3 for 3 from the free throw line, 6 boards, 4 assists, and 4 turnovers. Not a great ratio. And 1 steal and a block in 32 minutes. So without further ado, boss, take off on what you saw from Ebuka Okorie in this game.
Yeah, definitely the physicality just against him. And it's And I don't think he's going to get a good whistle as a rookie regardless. But they really let guys be rough in the summer league.
Yeah.
I just wish that we would adapt that. This is now 2 games in a row where I've seen our guys just get bullied and then we just lay off on defense. It's so strange. But I mean, it sets us up better for, I guess, not getting into foul trouble in the regular season and things like that. But you can tell the physicality is getting to him. His turnovers are a bummer, especially, but they're mostly in the lane. Like, it's not like he's we had a couple of sloppy ones, sloppy passes early on, but just a little bit unlike him. And but I appreciate that he is still trying to find his game. And this is just going to make him, stronger. Like this is hard for him. And if it was easy, then he wouldn't be, going into the season feeling, you gotta be humbled a little bit. Well, I do think that he's overplayed at times and he should get the whistle more. He still's out there playing. He's not complaining. He's not, backing off of what he's doing. He's trying to find other ways. They tried to have him off ball a little bit again in the second half. The thing is like we said yesterday, there's really nobody else that you can trust with the ball out there with him.
That's a fact.
So yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at with him. I did write some notes down for him in the beginning. I mean, the first 2 possessions for him were fantastic. He had a drive to a basket and then drew a foul in the first possession of the game. And then on the next defensive possession, he had a steal on a pass.
Yep.
He had a nice pull up in the lane when he couldn't get to the basket. Like, I think that was a way to stop the turnovers and stop getting bullied there. Was he realized, okay, it's cut off. Let me just stop and pull up. That looked nice. Turned on the jets to get to the basket. He had like he went to the left-hand side and just did like the right-hand lay-in behind. And he had a great assist to Crowell under the rim. And that was all in the first. And again, he only shot 5 of 18. So it sounds like all of his baskets basically came in the first, based on what I just read. So it probably was a little bit of tiredness, a little bit of then the physicality, just trying to keep going. He had a couple nice finds too, but Ugonna was just too high. It's funny, like I feel like Ugonna feels more comfortable getting the ball outside the perimeter because he can turn and shoot it. But at the free throw line, he almost panics. Like he had a nice bounce pass behind him to Ugonna there. He had a couple handoffs there. But that just can't. Ugonna just can't be the guy he's giving it to right now because then he just looks lost. But yeah, lots of great passes too. Like other guys just couldn't finish. That's another. Like his assists again have been low because the other guys aren't finishing them. It's just basically Chaz helping him out in that category. And then in the third, you can really see, like, I can tell when he's going to drive because as soon as he sees the same lane I do, as soon as I see the lane open a little bit, I'm like, he's going for it. And while he can beat the guys there, it's just a matter of not getting bullied to the point of, being able to finish your shot. So it's kind of funny. It's just like the opposite of like that's the way that he gets hit and hip checked is how I want people to hip check Shea. Like he can learn from Shea in the way that Shea's ball control and body control when he is, in my opinion, flailing and bending his body, he can still make the basket. Ebuka, that would be helpful for him without the flopping, actually getting hip checked, being able to finish the basket would be very impressive. And I think it's just something he's going to work on. But yeah, I'm still very impressed by his speed. I like how he brings the ball up. He's everywhere. We saw him grab boards. We just saw him, running around. He's on both sides. He is quick. I saw some people commenting, like, again, I opened Twitter a little bit and they're like, he's jogging. I'm like, I have not seen this man jog once. I've seen him just, move around. So again, not great in terms of basket efficiency, but I'm still not mad at the game he had. It was kind of very similar to yesterday's minus the steals. So
King said, what up, King? Said he looks like Kate out there, no fouls called and clogging the lane at time. Yeah, so I'm gonna get to that too for sure. And hopefully with them playing together at some in stretches next season, at least one of them will get a foul call. But that's neither here nor there. This was a struggle game for him. He struggled this game, The first 2 games, we saw him struggling, finishing around the rim. And we saw that early in this game too. A few drives, he wasn't even able to catch any rim. It was just the trees were bothering him in there, right? So he's got to make that adjustment. he did make the adjustment. We saw him, like you mentioned, just be able to use his speed, being able to change his speed and use different speeds to be able to get, 2 feet in the paint initially, and then bait defenders with his pump fake, because they're expecting him to go strong because he's so quick and agile. But that pump fake, he was really able to bait guys and get them up in the air and then finish easily. I did like you mentioned, his facilitating too. He just wasn't looking for his own. He was able to get 2 feet in the paint again at will. Pretty much, he's able to get 2 feet in the paint, but from there is where he's struggling a little bit. But he was able to find some guys for open shots, just couldn't knock him down. His coach at Stanford, Kyle Smith, was in the building. They were interviewing him. And one thing that he was saying was what I was thinking, is that he needs to get stronger. He's got to get stronger at the NBA level. I think once he does, he's going to be a factor. And that's what coach said as well. Did you know they mentioned this, the final 10 games at Stanford, only 15 of his final 94 buckets that he scored were assisted. That's crazy.
Wow.
15 I didn't know.
I couldn't.
That's insane.
I knew who they were talking to, but because of working with kids at nap time, I had it on mute.
Yeah.
So I couldn't hear, but
that's craziness though. So like, it just shows the potential. He's still got a long way to go, obviously. But he's got to get stronger for sure. He's got to get stronger. Too often he would, be able to get that step on a guy, but it seemed like the slightest bump, from defenders were knocking him off balance on his drives. And like you mentioned, they're letting him play. They let these boys play in summer league. So he would, he'd often lose the ball or fall to the floor, and he wouldn't get the benefit of the whistle, turnover, right? So he's got to get in the weight room, because he's going to find himself dealing with guys who are generally bigger than him. I think King mentioned also they play big on him. They put some big guys on him. I think a few guys were 6'8", right? So he's going to find himself at the rim going against trees often, right? And whether he's making the pass or trying to finish, he's going to have to be able to absorb some of that contact on the drives until he learns to be able to sell it, like you talked about, to an extent.
And
so that's what I'm watching for with him.
I don't want him to learn to sell it. I want him to learn how to finish the tough shots. And I think he can, because the thing is like, you don't see him on the floor because he's flopping or flailing or he's trying to draw the call. He's literally getting knocked down. I saw him, get knocked down and bothered, and he's still fighting through. He's still trying to get the ball up. He's still fighting for the loose ball on the ground. And I can appreciate that from him very much. So I think there's a little bit of, both. I don't think you can't come in here and, trash him for what he hasn't been able to produce in that way, because you can see what the NBA. I just said this, I think 2 games ago, the first game, I was like, I kind of wish the NBA whistle was like this, because these guys are being hit, like they're fighting in there. That you don't get away with a lot of what they're doing. Yes, a rookie needs a rookie won't get a good whistle regardless. Cade still doesn't really get a good whistle. But you don't see, 5 guys grabbing and holding a guy and that not get called in the, in the NBA. So it's a little bit different too.
That's true.
I would like to see, and also again, like I said, his assist rate would be up if some of these other guys were scoring. I'm really curious to see, based on who he assisted to and the shots that they took, like what his assists could have been if those shots were made. Because I do think that was something that we even pointed out in his Stanford stats, is that like his assists were really high, but because he was the main scorer, like he was in charge of that. And in the NBA, like you're going to have better scorers around you. We've already brought in better scorers for Cade. You could argue that for Okorie as well. So
yeah, for sure. So like, but that is something that I did notice, and I have noticed through the first few games, that he does got to get in that weight room. But he's 19, right? He's 19. Exactly. He needs more reps. He needs more time. This is what summer league is for. The potential is there. I'm not worried. I know some guys in the chat are worried. Probably the same fans who were worried 2 minutes into game 1 when he hadn't scored and y'all were calling him a bust. And then the next game he scored 20. It's like, oh, So I'm not doing this. I'm not doing the up and down roller coaster. It's
no, exactly.
We're just looking for things we see, flashes, and how guys can improve. And that's why we're here. So I'm not panicking. There's no need to even have that conversation, bro. Come on. Go ahead.
Positives and negatives is what we talk about. So, and nothing's an excuse. I like to say it's not an excuse. It's just an explanation sometimes. So, and I just want to address this, Jamoke, too. I said the same thing, but Deuce said that they came out that he was sore. So
you set him out, bro.
Yeah,
set him out. So that makes sense, especially when he's playing. Because I got to give you more credit. He's been talking about him since before summer league. So he's the only player who's hasn't missed a shot yet. So
I was excited
he'll probably
about
be
him.
back next game. Yeah, for
I
sure.
hope so.
Yeah. All right. That's all I really got for him. Let's check some quick comments. James, agree with Deuce 100. Booker has to get stronger. I'm also not liking what I see on D. Grid handle though. Yeah, I mean it's early. It's like I do like what I see defensively, to be honest. Like just the want to, because once again he's picking up 94 feet again, and he's guarding these guys. He's strapping up and getting in the grill and hawking and ball hawking them, which is what I love to see for sure. So yeah, all good things so far from him defensively. I don't have any complaints. It's tough to get anything rolling too. Isaac Jones and Uganda's defenders are cheating off of them because they're not threats in the corners and not threats under the basket. It's a good point. That's a good point.
That's what teams said too. They just send them big out there and collapse on them. So
right. And like we said, once he's playing with the with the Pistons and their squad, when the season starts, it's gonna look a lot different. It's gonna have shooters and guys who are available to knock down shots if they do try to clog the lane. So
it's just kind of funny because this is a night that we've heard this conversation surrounding Cade, which of course is why we want to bring in more shooters around him. Right. But so don't be ragging on a 19-year-old in his third summer league because he's experiencing the same thing. These are some guys that won't see the NBA in their life. So it's like he's trying, like Michael says, like he could have had 10 plus assists if players just hit open shots and so we'll see if because right now it really is just Chaz consistently now at least two games in a row consistently. We haven't seen a lot of consistency of other players to be another scorer other than Okorie.
Yeah, and I'm not concerned about him being the Summer League MVP. We've had guys play amazing in Summer League in years past and not pan out in the NBA. So let's not forget why we're watching these games. We got some quick super chats here from Doug. Comes back and says, "We'll miss Tobias post game." Yeah, shout out to Tobias. Man. He's over there with Wemby now, trying to get a ring. I ain't mad at him. I feel like he's earned the opportunity to go do that. So hopefully for his sake, at least out west, they can get some things done. But yeah, shout out to Tobias, man, for what he did for the Pistons these past 2 years. And then Doug also says, support Ebuka more than they did Ivy.
Are you talking about us? Because that's wrong. We love Ivy. We love Ivy.
No, he already knows. We get it, bro. We get it, man. It is what it is. We just not gonna bail on guys. A few games in the summer league. We're just not gonna have that kind of conversation right now.
No, I wouldn't. I said one negative thing about Karis LeVert this season, so I'm not about to do that to our rookie.
That's funny. All right, guys, let's keep pushing, man. Let's go now to.
It's hilarious that there's Knicks fans here.
Oh, good for them. We welcome y'all. Y'all. Let's keep pushing, man. Ugonna Onyenso. Today, guys, he did not score in this game. 0 for 2 from the field. 5 boards and some cardio in 11 minutes. What did you see in this game from Ugonna?
Yeah, like I said, still he's definitely a project. It was apparent since draft night. He drew an offensive foul in transition early. He grabbed some good boards early. I liked the way that, he didn't, when he was getting boards, he was ripping them down and holding on to them. That was different than the last 2 games. And then, like I said earlier with Okorie, he made himself available as an outlet multiple times for him, but he just didn't. I think he was a little lost. He was too high. So I would love for him to be an outlet closer to the rim. But they just couldn't find that today. And then, grab some important boards late in the fourth quarter as well. So, that's just where he's at. I feel like his demeanor is slightly different from game 1. I think his best game, I think he had, again, a great second half last game. But, just kind of we're seeing a little bit of the same stuff from him right now. But again, we are aware that he's a project. And I think he can really do some damage with some more focus on certain areas too.
100%. This is funny. Just a little side note. Kevin says D Rose had a terrible first summer league game too. I guess Chi-Town should have probably traded him, huh? That's hilarious. That's funny. Right. And by that logic, right? But let's get back to Ugonna in this game. He wasn't impactful for me in this game. He was just out there, he was trying, but he just really didn't have much of an impact. I thought he did a pretty good job on the offensive glass, just giving the Pistons more opportunities, more possessions, and things like that. It would be nice for me to see him look to be a little bit more aggressive, boss, because we've talked about him. We praised him last game for him just knowing who he is and not playing outside of his scope, which is a good thing. But I think sometimes he's a little bit too passive. You mentioned you kind of touched on it, but he has some easy opportunities, some good opportunities on the pick and roll with Ebuka in the short roll at the free throw line at the nail right there. And as soon as he would catch it, they would give him space, and he would immediately catch and look to move the ball. It's like, bro, shoot the shot. We just saw you hit 3 last game.
Or drive. I mean, I have to see him put his shoulder down and drive.
Right. Just look to be aggressive because he knocked down the 3 last game. So it's like, we know you can spread the floor a little bit. So if that free throw shot is there at the nail, man, you got to take that, bro. So I thought he was a little bit too passive. I wanted to see him be just more aggressive. We know he's going to block shots and, grab boards and try to protect the paint, but try to give us something. I think this is the second donut he's had in the 3 games so far. So you gotta at least be a threat out there. And with you being a rookie, attack. So that's what I want to see from him going forward. Just look to be aggressive because I didn't feel like he was much of a factor in this game. So.
Yeah, I agree with the passive because it's like, again, it is summer league. So I'd rather see you turn and take that shot than just look like it's hot potato, like you're anxious to get the ball out of your hands. Turn and try and let's see what happens, because that's what we want to see. We want to see what you feel confident in and what you can do. So I do agree with that too, but I'm not, it's kind of funny, like the look on his face was like JD's in the playoffs. And I know that sounds mean, but that's exactly what I think of. Like just lost out there, like nothing behind the eyes. But he has an excuse because he's a second round in his 3rd ever summer league game. So
yeah, that's true. And we're not gonna get on JD tonight, y'all. But that's just an example.
I love JD. He's coming back, and I love it. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, I was happy to see what Dwayne Casey said, by the way, as far as that's our guy. He's coming back. So another different conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's definitely just needs more time. He just needs more time. Yeah, everybody, exactly, King. Everybody in this game, was putrid except for Chaz Lanier. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and go to Chaz Lanier, boss.
Yeah,
a lot of good things to say about him. Chaz Lanier in this game, guys. Let's see. He finished with 24 points on 8 for 13 shooting overall, 8 for 12 from 3, boss. Ridiculous. 2 assists, 2 turnovers, and a steal in 33 minutes. Take off on what you saw from Swaggy Chaz in this game, boss.
Look, he played almost 33 minutes. That's crazy. And also 2 turnovers. When I saw him help Okorie be off the ball, I saw him handle it more. That I like that. I mean, obviously incredible. This is what I was looking at. Again, it's summer league. You can't just be like, I hope we get the dub. I want to see everybody work together. Like this, it's tough when it's just a bunch of kind of random players that just got to know each other trying to do something. But I wanted to see consistency from Chaz, especially like you mentioned in the beginning, like after the first game. Just want to see him get into his rhythm and it stay. And this was incredible what he's done. He had his first shot of the game, obviously his first 3 threes. These shots today were harder than yesterday's. Like the threes he made yesterday were of course nice, but it felt like almost every single 3 today was heavily defended. There were a couple that I was like, I can't believe he just made that over that guy. He had like one later in the game that was, it was in the second. It was a tough one over a defender with the shot clock expiring. I think it was, he hit 4 in a row and then he missed one. And the next one was that really tough one with like less than 2 seconds left, a guy right in his face and he hit it. So, he had another huge 3 after Isaac Jones fought for a rebound. He just like ran back, pulled up. His release was beautiful. Just over the defenders is really promising. I just felt like we just saw that more today than we did yesterday. And he had a couple really good defensive stances. Like not saying he did anything insane. He had that passing lane steal. His one steal was a passing lane one where he just flew in and grabbed it. It ended up leading to Ebuka free throws. That was late in the 4th. Yeah. But there were just a couple times where I was just like, okay, I'm just going to see. He went one-on-one with the guy and he just stayed in front of him. He made him take a bad shot. He made him give up the ball up. And again, he's young as well, and I know he can defend. I think he was also known for defense at Tennessee. We just haven't seen it translate quite yet into what I've seen of him. I haven't watched many G League games of his, but that's like what we want is, again, someone that's at least willing and capable of playing 2-way. You don't have to be perfect at both ends,
right? But
if you're going to be out there and, obviously hitting these threes for us, if you can make your guy give up the ball or take a bad shot, that's perfect. That's defense enough for me. So
yeah, for sure. I thought Chaz was incredible in this game. Incredible. Absolutely. Like somebody get a hose for that man, because the way he's shooting the ball right now, bro. He's lights out. He's lights out. He picked up right where he left off last game against the Cavs, and he was knocking them down from everywhere, all over the place. It's clear, boss, that he's been given the green light for sure. In the last two games now, he's shown why. Over the last 2 games, he's shooting 15 for 24 from 3, boss. 15 for 24. That's 62% over the last 2 games. So when he's playing with confidence, boy, he's dangerous, man. And his confidence is evident now, in how he's shooting the ball, because he's not even thinking about it. He's just going straight up, off the catch, offensive rebound, comes back. If he misses the first one, offensive board comes back to him. He's not even looking. He's like, oh, second chance, I'm going back up. Like I just love the aggression that he's playing with. And he even got one off the dribble when the play broke down, low shot clock. He kind of twing and just pulled up. I'm like, oh, okay. Because usually he's a catch and shoot guy. But to see him do that, like, okay, like you could tell he was really feeling it. He was really in that flow state. He was in the zone. So I love to see that. I hope we see more of that. You guys know after game 1, when he was quiet, I'm like, come on, bro, you a sniper. We need you to feature yourself, to be aggressive, to assert yourself. This is why you're brought here. I was kind of concerned about him having a role, because he just wasn't aggressive, right? In the last 2 games, I don't know if he heard us or not, boss, but he definitely got the memo from somebody, maybe even himself. But he's definitely been looking like a guy who is going to be fighting for minutes next year. And it's interesting too, because there was a clip last year with JB Bickerstaff, and he actually said that he wouldn't be surprised to see Chaz score 20 points in a half. This was early last year, not long after he got drafted. This is what JB was saying. You can go find it. But it just shows you the confidence that they have in him. And when I watch him play, we talked about this last show too, I see some Klay Thompson light, Ray Allen light. Not saying he's going to be those guys, but just the way he plays, just an off-ball shooter who doesn't need more than a shred of daylight to get to his shot, because his release is so quick, and he doesn't need to put the ball on the floor. Like, he can just get it off the catch. He can go from a full sprint to a gather and rise like that. And that fits the Pistons style of play perfectly. Like, getting stops and scores. We saw what a guy like Bees 2 years ago. Off of a miss, off of a steal, he's running to the line. Get it to him, K. Get it to him, knock down 3. That's what Chaz can do.
Right here. That's what Beast just said right here.
Okay, Chaz has such crazy shooting touch. I know his process isn't there yet, but I just want to see him next to K for a few games and get him the ultimate Beasley green light.
100%. You guys were
100%, bro.
There, so
100%. Yeah. Thanks for finding that comment, boss. 100%. I think he can be that guy. I think he can. I don't see Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas is an individual half-court break you down.
Sorry, he said with team mentality.
Okay.
I saw you said Marvin. I saw you said Cam Johnson at first. I was like, he has the wrong Cam. And I'm glad you corrected yourself.
That's hilarious. You was about to flip out.
I was just gonna be like, I was just gonna question it.
Pump the brakes a little bit.
Now it makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, I think he can fit perfectly. Like, if he can give us this kind of not even production, but just consistency. If it's not, that doesn't mean 8 for 12, 7 for 12. But if he's getting them up, if he's opportunistic, if he's able to knock them down when they're there for him, and he's not hesitating, the confidence is there. You could be having a very tough conversation about his role. He does need to work on some things. Like, his ball handling is still not something that is a strength of his yet. There was a couple times when the defense did close out hard. He tried to put the ball on the floor, he kind of turned it over, traveled a little bit, things like that. So outside of that, this was an A game for him. And I hope he just keeps his level of aggression. Because when he's playing like this, you see why the Pistons drafted him in the 50s. It just makes perfect sense. Go ahead.
Exactly. And I think, just like I said with Okorie too, and like Beast just said with Beasley, I would just love to see him with a more cohesive, like a unit that's already played together. Like, again, he got better throughout the G League because of, I think, them just learning each other and knowing each other. He's had moments with Danas, with Tolu. But then if he comes out and can be with guys, that we've had already play together, he can fit into that role. And we're like, what does that, does some of those things that we are like a little sloppy needs to work on, does that help? Does that help when you're not, questioning, not questioning, but like, just relying on the other ones around you to make the right choices as well. Being like, well, I have to go get this loose ball because these guys are, little things like that.
Yeah.
I think we just have to, and that's kind of what I mean by when I say summer league, and I'm sure you do too, is just like these guys are not going to play with each other again after these 4 days. So it's, and they didn't have a lot of time to prepare to play with each other already.
Right.
No team, there's not one summer league team that I was like, that's a great team. And for 4 games across, sometimes you can mesh. Like last game, we had multiple guys do really well, and this game basically was only Chaz. And but there's no one out there just be like, look at how great they look. No, it's usually a few guys every game that are getting their opportunities. So
100%. I also think that Trajan Langdon and JB Bickerstaff, that backcourt logjam just got a little bit more crowded, because we already know there was already a logjam as far as the Pistons guards, right? 6 or 7 guards. You guys probably saw the post we made earlier today about the guards who might be the starting shooting guard. And aside from who starts, just look at the depth that the Pistons have here. I know a lot of fans are unhappy that there isn't a standout name, but there's a lot of depth here. And if you look, Chaz isn't even in this graph. He's not even here. And there's still 6 guards that are potentially fighting for minutes, right? So it just shows you the level of competition that he's going to have. But this is what I meant when I said he has to shoot the ball after game 1. You got to shoot the ball if he wants to carve out a role, because these guys are ahead of him, right?
Yeah.
Especially with Gary Harris just coming here. I'm not sure how long he's going to be here, but the point is that there's a lot of bodies, a lot of guys ahead of him in the depth chart. And so it's just nice. I'm happy to see him finally just being aggressive. And I think Trajans and JB are going to have some tough decisions to make when it comes to this roster, man. Especially if he's playing like this in a defined role with this level of efficiency. It's going to be tough, but he is looking like he wants to force his way into the rotation and try to crack into the rotation, which is a good sign for him. So we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and again, we can't be complaining about, we don't know what it's going to look like on opening night. This is just where we're at now, but everyone's complaining that we need more shooters last year, and now we have them. It's too many. It's like, okay, guys, like you can that you can state it as a fact, but don't get mad about it, because it's not going to stay that way for sure. If anything, I do think that we have another move on the horizon. It's just more assets. Whether Chaz cracks the rotation or not, he's another asset for us now, especially if he if game 4 is reminiscent of game 2 and 3. Then if I'm at other teams, I mean, Summer League is also for scouting at all levels, signed players or not. Chaz is on the Pistons, and a lot of those players aren't, but there could be other teams interested in him. I would be. I mean, the Nuggets need stuff. The Heat needs shooters. So,
I don't know, man. I just know it's going to be really tough, boss. Like, I'm really curious to see how training camp goes, these practices go, and it's going to be interesting to see like who's the starters, who's going to be first coming off the bench, because you just have so many options. And I'm part of this conversation now too.
I'm glad I'm not in that position. Sometimes we want to play coach, we want to play GM, we want to be like, well, this is the lineup I would go with. And right now, I do not want to decide.
Yeah.
But what I know.
We're a ways out, right? We're obviously a ways out from that for sure. But even by then, it's probably still going to be tough. So
I know. What's going to be even harder by then?
Exactly. 100%. Doug says, don't forget how great Prince is from 3. Yeah, Torian Prince is another one. Right. We didn't even mention him. Yeah. Torian Prince is another wing, if you want to put him in that conversation as well. So, yeah. Definitely
he's a small forward, right? So he's more in the forward.
Yeah, he's a winner.
Yeah.
But as a shooter with these lineups, just another guy that is going to be the conversation. So we'll see. We'll see, Doug. But I agree with you there for sure. Boss, anything else on Chaz?
No, just again, and this is what I said last time, is it would just warm my heart, make me smile, be so excited if he does this again on Wednesday, because it just, I'm pumped for him. And again, I'm not saying trade him because he's doing well. I'm just saying, how lucky are we to have these assets at this moment? Right. If he continues this, it's lucky. You want your guys to be sought after, to be desired. You want your guys to be good. So
Marvin says, don't trade Chaz, Middleton, Lanier. Trading Chaz would be like trading Chris Middleton, bro. I'm still sick about that, bro. After one season, he played good his rookie season. And Pistons shipped him off.
Chris doesn't get the right
champion.
He's gonna be a name, I feel like, in like 20 years, that like you brought up Sean Marion the other day. Like, obviously we know who he is, but you never hear his name anymore.
Forgotten.
That's what I feel like Chris Middleton is gonna be, unfortunately. But
I think he'll hang around more so in history just because he won a championship. But
That's true.
overall, he won't be recognized for how good he was. Well,
Yeah.
if that's what you're saying, because he was an all-star, he gets overlooked a lot.
Right. It's gonna be we're gonna be the old heads being like, no, you guys, he was really good. He in there like
yeah,
no,
you do your Googles.
He was a role player. He's a nobody. You know.
Yeah, that's facts. Facts for sure. Yeah, playing with Giannis can do that too. You know what I mean? So it's, like, it's one of those things. Yeah. All right, man. Let's keep pushing, guys. Let's go now to boss Isaac Jones, guys. Isaac Jones in this game finished with 12 points on 4 for 9 shooting overall, 0-2 from 3, 2-4 from the line, 8 boards, 2 assists, and 2 turnovers to go along with a steal and a block in 30 minutes. What you see from Isaac Jones?
Yeah, I think he's led our team, at least the last 2 games, he's led in rebounds. I wouldn't be surprised if also in the first game he also led in boards. So huge presence there. Personally, again, I was just watching to see what these guys are doing differently. And he was coming off of a great first game, not so great second game, like, just mid. And the first quarter, he was making really bad offensive decisions. I felt like he was making bad passes. He was making bad drives. It was leading to turnovers, disruptions. But then after the first, he looked a little bit more in sync. So again, not saying it was terrible first, but he had better defense. He forced a turnover out of bounds with the closeout. He had a huge block on a dunk attempt.
Yep. That was nice.
And I wrote down just not loving his offensive decision-making early, but in the second, he just barreled into the lane for a dunk. He was knocking guys down, running them over. That's what you want to see, especially, again, if they're letting you play so physical. He had a steal to force a foul with 7 seconds left in the half. He missed the free throw, but he had a good first half. I don't have many notes in the second half. I don't know if it's because I was at work or if I just missed some of it, or if he just was there. But again, not terrible. Like 12-8, we're not mad at that. But like I said, just a little bit slow offensively early. I liked his defense today for sure, though, too.
That's what stood out to me too. Like, we know he's a good interior threat, right? That's his game. I watched him when he played with the Crews last year. He was dominating with the Crews, right? Last year. It's a different ball game here. With different players, but we know that's his game. That's his bread and butter. You mentioned the bully ball. I like that. That's his game. He's a bruiser. We know he's got some athleticism. He can get up off the floor, as he showed and displayed again, like you just mentioned. But the defense for me, that I want to give him credit, because in game 1, I think Ugonna kind of got dunked on the side dunk. It wasn't straight on, but he kind of got dunked on a little bit. And that was because he had to try to recover and help off of his guy to cover. I think it was a roller. It was Isaac Jones' guy. He wasn't there. And I didn't see much of that this game. I saw Isaac Jones really in tune defensively, rotating, recovering. He was in the role that Ugonna was in the past 2 games as far as being that recovery help side defender.
Yes.
And he was able to get 2 blocks at the rim. So for me, we know what he can do offensively, as far as where he likes to, play in the paint and stuff like that. But his defense for me in this game, kind of overshadowed the fact that he didn't have a ton of points in this game. Rebounding, his toughness, I liked it.
I also want to mention, we know he can make threes, so I was just checking. He was 0 for 2 from 3.
Yeah, it didn't look
good. We
good.
had 10 threes total as a team, and 8 of them were Chaz. So that's how our perimeter shooting went today. So really everybody, again, that's how I felt early on. like if Brice had caught on, even if Ebuka had caught on, if any of these guys had really caught on to their 3-point shooting, it'd be a different story. But the shot wasn't there for him really. It felt like mostly at the rim and everything. But usually his corner 3 is reliable. So
yeah, it's solid. Yeah, he was cool. It wasn't anything glamorous. I like the effort. I'm not sure if he's gonna make this roster. Like I said before, I wouldn't feel comfortable with him being the backup 4. I still think we need a backup 4. But I like what he's showing. I think he can. I don't know. I don't want to
first pick for a 2A.
No, that's kind of what I was getting to. I would like to go with a Roddy Gale instead. I was hoping to see him today. Like, man, where is Roddy, bro? Like, what in the world is going on? But I think that would be more reserved for a guy like Roddy. But
exactly, which I think we looked it up. I looked it up yesterday, and if I remember correctly, it's Elijah Harkless. You guys will love, great defender. I just love him. Ugonna is on our 2A, and I think the other 2A right now is Isaac Jones.
Okay.
So we'd have to make decisions with him.
A lot of decisions need to be made before the start of the season. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trajan and JB are going to be busy for sure. All right. That's all we got for them for Isaac Jones, boss. I got a couple more guys. I don't have a ton of notes on these guys. Let's get Brice Williams real quick. Brice Williams, guys, in this game finished with 5 points on 2 for 11 shooting, 1 for 8 from 3, over 1 from the line, 2 boards, 2 turnovers, a steal and 2 blocks, and 23. What'd you see from not Isaac Jones? What'd you see from Brice Williams in this game, boss?
Yeah, again, a guy that's been on our G League team for a little bit now. I knew what he was capable of, so I knew that game 1 wasn't reminiscent of him. He looked more like himself game 2, but then fell back into it just wasn't falling, and the shots were easy. Like, that's what was his shots were wide open and not dropping, while Chaz's were dropping and he was being like contested. Defended. Yeah, contested. But he had a nice that two-handed block. It just made me laugh. Like they played it on a replay and like, yeah, it's a good block, but it's just so funny, like awkward. Like reminds me like when people make those videos where they jump into the lake and try to make a letter with their body. He was making the C. But and he finally hit a 3 late in the 4th. And had a strong and 1 finish. All of his points came in like the last minute and a half of the game. But he had the strong and 1 finish, but he missed that free throw. So just not a great shooting night. And again, like his defense was okay. He was getting blown by a lot today too. It wasn't a good Brice game.
Wasn't a good day.
So basically those 3 highlights and everything else was like, and that's like when I saw him play so much, because I think, again, they're fighting for spots in the NBA, whether it's with us or other teams. And I think that we all know what Brice is capable of. He's been the lead scorer in G League games for us and things like that. And so you want to give him minutes, but I think he had too many minutes for what he was doing out there. But then he was the one that I was mad at. I was like, why him and not Roddy? But that makes sense.
Man,
now
he wasn't available.
So,
it's so crazy. I've been flip-flopping back and forth. First game I was saying I stopped shooting the ball because he couldn't throw it in the ocean. Last game I apologized because he got hot. And now I'm back to how it was after game 1. It's just too inconsistent. It's just not enough consistency. That's the biggest thing for me. Like, I like that he's not afraid to take them, but he's just not able to consistently knock down shots. And that will be his role if he were to have one in the NBA in the league, right? So don't think he's ready for the league yet, but I like that he's, aggressive with a shot, but he definitely has to work on his consistency from downtown if he wants to have a shot. So his shot be trading for sure again in this game.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just like with Chaz too. Like you just want to see that once you get hot, you kind of expect that, okay, the first game was a fluke, but then you can't call it a fluke anymore.
Right.
So.
That's all I got. You got anything else for anybody else?
Yeah, I'll give a couple real quick. I'll just give you notes I had. I've really been a fan of Bashir Jihad. I just like his aggressiveness. He was aggressive defensively right away. He set really good screens for Brice, and Brice just was not. He he was setting them so well that he was wide open. They just were not hitting. And for a guy that big, I mean, he really set his feet, so I appreciate that. He had a beautiful drive off of a turnover. He got it from beyond half court and just ran straight to the basket. And if I see that man running straight, he's a guy that I move out of the way from. And he was just disruptive defensively. At the end of the game, he had a great help block after checking in. It was Isaac Jones' guy who just got around him a little bit, and Jihad just came in and hit it away. So I appreciated that. We got a lot more Henley minutes tonight, it felt like. So he was up and down. Just nice board and push to force a foul early on. He forced a turnover, which led to a steal and a bucket. And in the third, he had a powerful drive to the basket at the end for an and one. Yeah. But he was just he's right now, it's just like his negatives don't make up for his positives. They're kind of just clashing. It's like, it's not impactful enough. Crowell, Larry Bird, hit a top of the key 3, which I was not expecting. And I liked his minutes out there as well. He looked like he would have matched up well with some of the Knicks big guys. And I just want to talk about my last notes are on Allen, because we have Drake Allen fans in this chat. In the beginning, he had good double team pressure on the top. He had a steal to lay it up late in the half, but I wasn't impressed by his defense today. It felt like he would go for the steal, and once the guy got around him, he just couldn't catch up. He wasn't impactful at all. He missed a really easy layup, left things empty a lot on the offensive end, was missing his shots, and I just felt like every guy got by him. So definitely not a good game from him. But yeah, so basically, besides the guys that we highlight, it's Chaz, Ugonna, and Ebuka for me to always look at what they're doing, because I think that's who, those are Pistons.
That's honestly who I'm focused on.
Right.
Those are guys who are going to potentially help this team as of right now. So.
Absolutely. And then I would just say, for me, other than Roddy Gale, Bashir Jihad does stick out for me as a player.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what the chat thinks. Anything else? I hear you. Oh, I did see this. This is off topic a little bit, but like I said, don't come me not sure about Paul Reed as our steady backup 5 for a full year. I don't see why not, bro. I agree with Kevin's solutions. Yeah, he did back up the often injured Joel Embiid in Philly, and they were sad to see him go when he left, when he came here. A lot of fans were hitting my DMs. Y'all got a good one over there. Y'all got a good one over there. Don't worry about the form. Y'all got a good player. So I think he can. I really do.
He backed up for JD and Duran. Was it Duran and Stu were both out, or maybe just JD?
They're both out.
He was a starter with the Sixers against the Sixers this year and had one of the best games of his career. Like he can get it done. He was someone that I wanted to back up more in the playoffs. So I do agree. It's funny that you said snag Marvin Bagley, because I'm excited about. I think Bagley can do things on the Nuggets based on his fit, but I don't think he could do things again with the Pistons.
That's the key.
Just a little bit different. So
yeah, totally different.
Yeah. But I'm just reading too. Yeah, James agrees with me. Jihad had the prototype NBA body. He's a beast.
Okay.
Wish I could have seen JaVale McGee on this team.
McGee. The original Shaq in the full.
Yeah, he was.
It's been a good lob threat for K. Right. Facts. Yeah, that's all I really got though, man. Let's see. I think Paul Reed, despite his lack of size, has a more complete, big skill set than Stu did. I would agree with that. As far as on both sides of the ball, he was more athletic too.
Just different, yeah. Paul Reed.
Defensively, no.
Prizes, right?
Offensively, yeah. I see
that. Yeah, if you had in categories, if you had to put who's the best, this shooter, because he can shoot threes as well, but he can shoot really around the court. He has great footwork. But Stu would win in categories of, deterring people at the basket, altering shots, blocking, and things like that. But
I hear you, Classic. I hear what you're saying. I think he's going to be all right. I think he's been in the gym a lot. If you guys watch the Under the Hood Pistons latest presentation on YouTube, when he met Ebuka, it was like in passing. Ebuka was getting the tour and everything, and Paul Reed was walking, and they were asking him, he was like, "Where you going?" He said, "To the weight room." He said, "You want to come with me?" He said, "I'm heading there right now." So I think him being in the weight room and getting stronger is a point of emphasis for him, the way it was last year, because he got bigger from 2 years ago to last year. You saw he looked a lot stronger. And I think the same thing is going to be the case for him this year, because over an 82-game season, playing the 5, you're going to have some strength on you in order to be able to endure the bruising and all that comes along with playing in that role. So I think he's going to be in the gym this summer, working on his body. And I think that's why he's doing is to prepare for being exactly what Classic talked about, is being that backup 5 for next season. The 4 or 5, but primarily the 5.
Agreed.
So we'll see.
Agreed. Yeah. And I just really quickly, because I didn't really back it up with stats, I want to just say in 5 minutes today, and I said that he was Jihad was like the Paul Reed for me and what he can do in low minutes. And in 5 minutes today, he had 2 points, a steal, a block, a board, and was 1 from 1 with, he had 1 foul, no turnovers, but in 5 minutes to get a steal and a block, I think that's what, again, is sticking out for me in the very little time that I saw him. I hope we see him more next time. It's not, again, this is more kind of Crowell, Allen, Henley focused. I would love to see Jihad, Gale focus next game with our starters that we obviously want to see more of. So
and Tolu's another option. We still have Tolu Smith on his roster as of right now. Right, so that's another option they have as a big as well, to play the 5 if Ari gets in foul trouble or whatever. So we'll see. Last one. King Brice says, "How did Ugonna look, dudes?" He didn't look good today. He was getting cardio all game. He wasn't that impactful. He was out there, but you didn't really notice he was out there. He was trying to get in the boards, but he wasn't looking for his offense at all. Defensively, he was trying. He was a little bit of a presence, but not too much. And then offensively, he wasn't looking at the rim at all. So he's gonna have to be more aggressive on that end for sure. I like what he's doing defensively. He's trying, but you can't give a 0 in 2 games when you're trying to be one of the featured guys. Make mistakes. Get out there and make mistakes. Just be aggressive.
Right. Shoot.
Right? Miss shots.
Did he have Oh, he did have some points, right?
No, he didn't score.
Did he? What was his? I'm sorry. How many field goals? What was his attempts? Because he's been
he
one of
2
three,
shots.
2 of
so
3.
I need more. I need more than that.
So he's taken 8 shots in 3 games.
In 3 games. We need, yeah. Just look to be aggressive, bro. Just show, like you said, just show what you can do. This is what Summer League is for, bro.
Just turn around and shoot.
So, yeah. He said, oh, shoot. Right. So we'll see. We'll see, man. So we'll leave it there, guys. On those guys, let's take a look at the schedule, boss, quickly before we get out of here.
Absolutely.
For the next game. The next game, guys, comes Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday, July 15th. And this one's going to be at 6. Lord. When they take on the Phoenix Suns. A little bit of a later start time, definitely more of what we're used to. So I'm not mad at that at all. These 4 o'clock starts have been crazy tough for me. As a husband with 2 kids, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but we are here. But 6 o'clock will be a lot better, at least for me. I think Boston may be a little better for you too, with you being 2 hours behind.
I get off of work. So that's 4 p.m. for me, and that's when I get off of work, so I can, listen on the way home, chill. It'll be much better. So looking
for sure. So, guys, we will be hosting a live watch party in addition to our post game for that one, like we did for games 1 and 2. And we hope to see you guys there for sure. Before we get out of here, boss, did you see Ron Holland's recent post on IG?
Yes, I did. I shared it on my page. Yeah. It had me fired up. It made me, the way that he was with the team when we saw him at game 1, I was like, yeah, he's feeling confident in his role here. We've seen him in packages. I just never really believed them because I truly think that Trajan loves Ron and wants to see him develop. And
he's not going nowhere, I don't think, bro.
Yeah. So I loved it. He's amped, but you go ahead.
Yeah. For anybody who didn't see it, you're welcome. Yeah, I don't think Ron's going anywhere anytime soon, guys. I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon, man. That's K's guy, the Texas connection. They're actual friends, like not just from because they grew up together or they lived in the same state. Like they actually are really close. And I want to keep it in perspective. Like it's easy to have a highlight reel and make everything package a little bit look perfect. But I'm seeing him do things that I haven't seen him do before. With the basketball. We know he's great in transition. I was hoping to see him work on his half court game a little bit, just show, that he's able to kind of get to a spot or get to, move and be able to go to rise and knock down shots and things like that. His ball handling looks improved. His handling, his footwork looks improved. His hezzy dribble looks improved. So, and he's 21. He just turned 21.
He likes to post when he posted something he's proud of. Do you remember, was it last offseason that he posted like his scale? Yeah. He was so proud of gaining weight. It's just a little picture of his scale. Like he this is something he's proud of. So to me, that just shows like he's like, yeah, like look at me, look what I've done, look what I've improved too. So
I will say this. He kind of took the shot and did the little Steph Curry, the little Steph turnaround. You can't do that until you shoot 35% from 3.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You can't do that yet, bro. You haven't earned that yet. But seriously though, I do like what I'm seeing. We've been, I've been talking to, his development coach a little bit, Charles Hill, and he's saying that boy has not taken any breaks. He's in the gym all the time. And I think the ceiling he has no ceiling, bro. Like the sky's the limit for him. And I think just because he hasn't gotten off to a fast start in the league, a lot of fans are kind of turning on him a little bit. I wouldn't even say turning on him, but just like, this trade package. I don't think he's going to be involved in any trade package anytime soon. I just don't. I think he's got too much potential. And I think now with there being a clear logjam, I think that some moves are going to be made to clear that out. Caris LeVert's not here anymore, but we got some new guys here. So there's just way too many guys at the wing room that have to be cleared. And I think that's going to be taken care of so that Ron gets more opportunities to show what he can do. for sure.
Yeah,
so.
we're seeing some moves today. I've a couple of free agents. Brice Williams is on the Lakers. Yeah. Now they just signed McLaughlin is returning to the Spurs. Not big names, but at least some movement. It's been a while since there's been some movement. So I hope it continues and picks up, and I think especially after Summer League, I mean, they're all there. We've seen a lot of GMs, a lot of coaches. They're in Vegas. They're discussing. So I'm hoping that, I'm hoping before the end of Summer League, we get some news, especially about guys like JD, but I think things will definitely start to pick up once Summer League is there. Cause I'm sure that some teams do evaluate a little bit.
It's some really pessimistic people in the chat, bro. Seriously. Like, I don't know what y'all looking for, man.
You can,
just take it for what it's worth. We're not saying he's going to be an all-pro or all NBA player next year. We're just saying we see growth because we do. Yeah. I mean, how do you not see it? Just not looking at who's guarding him, just looking at what he's able to do. That's all we're talking about, man. So y'all see, a lot of y'all going to be eating crow midway through the season, like a lot of y'all do a lot of the time. So, so let's say I like Ron a lot. Question: what do y'all think that the coaching staff should think about moving forward into the new season? What do y'all think the coaching staff should think about moving? Should think about moving forward into the next season regarding who? That's kind of a hard question to answer.
What do you, a little bit more specific, because what do you think the coaching staff should think about moving forward? Just think about, everything. I think that they think about a lot already. They've already considered rotations. They're going to consider what we need. I don't think this is
they should think about clearing that log jam. That's what they should think about.
Right. And I think I think this is a great question for once we have things a little bit set. I ask questions. Juice and I talk about it too. He asks me questions all the time, hypotheticals. I'm like, that is just too hard for me right now because nothing is set. So I need things to be set. And then that's a great question too, because once I see what our roster will look like, there'll be certain things that I would want our coaching staff to do. So yeah.
Well, last one. Kevin says, what if he's our 2 guard? That would be the best case scenario, in my opinion. The only way that would happen is if he I don't think that would happen. It's just because we brought in been intentional about bringing in shooting, right? Yeah. And with him, I don't know what he shot from 3 last year. I think it was sub 30%. Him and Nassar on the court at the same time will be very tough. It was already tough last season with Duncan on the court as a threat to score. Katie wouldn't have any room. JD wouldn't have any lob. It would be no lob threat available. Like, they would force those guys to knock down shots. So I think the only way that happens, defensively, we'd be great. Defensively, we have probably lead the league in transition points, right? Just because of our defense. But it would be a struggle if we can't get stops, because that lineup in the half court would be tough to deal with. So if he can somehow get to 35% next year, which is a tough ask, considering he's gotten better, but that's a huge jump from year to year from a guy who's not a natural shooter. So that would be the only way I think he'd be able to crack the starting 5. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Not next year.
Yeah, I agreed. And I love the 9 to 5. I love the Asar run, when they're out there. But that lineup is defensive focused. So, so it needs to be, I don't think that can be it. I understand based on his size and who he is. But maybe he could, I think he'd rather be a 2 next to like Danis or someone, or a Corey next to a point guard in the second. But right now he is a more of a 3 for me. He is the SARS sub.
I don't see him as a 4. I don't know if he has the build to be a 4. At least not right now. He's got a 21-year-old body right now. Mm-hmm. Right? He hasn't. We talking about Paul Reed getting bigger and getting stronger, and he's a vet. So he's got a long way to go as far as with that. I think he's just a better perimeter player for right now, even especially defensively. Like, he guards little guards like it's nobody's business. So I think for now, that's where he should be. Is just a 3 or a 2 is where I see Ron. So we'll see. Yeah, that's all I got though, guys. That is all we have for this show, man. You got anything else, boss?
Nope, that's it. I'm excited for Wednesday. I think just the 3. Don't get too bummed about losing what you're seeing, sloppy play. Just focus on little things that the 3 main guys, I would say, Ebuka, Ugonna, and Chaz are doing. You can throw in Isaac Jones if you're one of the people that think he could be a backup 4 for us. Those 4, just look at what they try to improve from game to game, because that's kind of what you have to do.
That's what we're watching for. I'm not trying to win the Summer League championship. I don't care about that.
No.
But we'll see. We'll see. But guys, that is all we have for tonight, man. We appreciate you guys for showing up and showing out as you guys always do, man. Make sure you guys smash that like button and hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hope you guys have a great Monday night. And y'all know the drill, man. Detroit versus everybody. See y'all Wednesday night.
Welcome to the dog pound. Yeah.
I'm scared of these damn Pistons. I'm very concerned.
Screaming, 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 cheer it. Yeah, I cry loud, cause I said it got now. We off the leash, and we not coming to peace. This is Detroit when we step on the court. Be afraid when you see the motorcade, watch below. When you see us soaring, Jalen Durant. Pick your boys, they know I'm gonna war when Dana's a song. Be afraid. Yeah, I cry loud, cause you know we got now. We off the leash and we not coming in peace. This is Detroit when we step on the car. Be afraid when you see the motorcade, watch below. When you see us soaring, Jalen Durant. Pick your boys and all gonna war with Holland next door. Be afraid. It's the dog pound. With the